And they call.
There you go.
Yes, sir. First try.
Alright, this is going to be a quick PSA video to tell you to farm out for your Wicked Fister. Wait, this is going to be a quick PSA video to tell you to farm out Wicked Sister before the season ends and we go into episode Heresy, and there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, it's double rep this week, which means you can farm out engrams much quicker than normal, and right now, currently, the GM of the week is actually Birthplace of the Vile, one of the easiest GMs in the game, so you can farm that out in something like 10-12 minutes, maybe a little longer if you're not like an experienced team and you're using LFG. But the other reason why it's important to farm this out now and hand in all your engrams that you have is because currently Wicked Sister is only one Vanguard engram at Zavala. When this episode ends and we go into Heresy, this will then change to being 3 Vanguard engrams per weapon, like the rest of these that you can see on the screen here. So obviously you just don't want to pay 3 times more than you currently can, right? Also, as an added bonus, Wicked Sister is the best Strand heavy jail in the game currently, better than Cataphract, yes, which you can, by the way, get a free god roll of from Eris with the Bento tokens. Wicked Sister is just more versatile with more damage perk options than Cataphract has, and the one roll that Cataphract does have, which is Envious Assassin Bait and Switch, Wicked Sister can already roll as well. And when farming out a god roll, it's much easier to get the god roll with this weapon because it can get 3 perks in column 3 and 4 through the Vanguard Prestige system. Another very good reason to do this now, besides the economy costs, is next episode, there's going to be some good Strand synergy going into that episode. Now, the artifact might be mostly Arc and Void flavor, which I think is great, personally, but there are some things that they're doing with Strand that will be helpful, mainly having easy access to unraveling rounds and then easy access to bonus threadlings on enemies. The reason I bring up threadlings is because recently I did a build that included Euphony and Wicked Sister for a DPS Strand build on Warlock. For those that don't know, Euphony does more damage when you spread more threadlings on a target, and Wicked Sister was my main heavy slot DPS weapon in that build, which was already great, and next season it's just going to be better, with added threadlings and a buff to linear fusion damage as well. Now, if you can't do GM Nightfalls because you're just not experienced enough or you don't have a fire team to farm out with, your next best bet is going to be just going to the advanced version of the Nightfall. While technically speaking, a Nightfall would be harder than just going into the Vanguard playlist, the Nightfall, like I mentioned, is one of the easier strikes in the game that you can blow through in a reasonable amount of time, whereas if you choose to go into the Vanguard strikes, I believe you get less rep overall per strike run. You also have RNG, strikes and or battlegrounds that you could load into with blueberries that could take you literally double the time of Birthplace, even when Birthplace is a Nightfall. And of course, you also get less rewards. I believe you get less strange coins. You don't get potential shards or exotics or the weapon of the week. So I say, if you can, just go into Advanced Nightfalls, even if you're solo, to farm out your rep. Also, a quick reminder to the engrams that you're going to be dumping in, remember to get Zavala's rank as high as possible before you do that, preferably up to the 4th Prestige. That way, when you're opening these engrams for Wicked Sister, the perks you'll get will have, 2 or 3 perks in column 3 and 4, which would theoretically give you better odds at getting any of the good god roll perk combinations that it can get. Lastly, what combinations should you look out for when you're opening these engrams for Wicked Sister? So, column 1, just avoid blast radius and try to get velocity / handling as much as you can. Same thing with the masterwork. Column 2, the favorite, of course, is always going to be spike nades, but along with that, you can also get mini frags and augmented drum, which is totally fine. And again, try to avoid anything with blast radius. Column 3, there's 4 good perks to go out for, and I think this is the order I would look out for them in the following. Number 1 is going to be Envious Arsenal. Number 2 is going to be Envious Assassin. Number 3 is going to be Autoloading Holster. And number 4 is going to be Clown Cartridge. All of these are good in their own right. I think the Envious perks are by far and away the best 2 in the pool here. But if you happen to get Autoloading or Clown as your best choice in column 3, that's not the worst thing in the world. And on the 4th column, we're just going to stick to a top 3. There's some niche picks in here you could go with, but we're going to go for generic stuff here instead. So number 1, the unanimous one, is going to be Bait and Switch for obvious reasons. Best damage perk you can roll on here, at least in my opinion. Number 2 is going to be Cascade Point, particularly if you have Auto-Loading Holster or Envious Arsenal in the 3rd column. The Strand Warlock build that I was talking about and showed on screen actually was using Envious Arsenal Cascade along with Euphony, so you can see how well that actually fits in. And number 3 is going to be Explosive Light, just another good generic damage perk to go with if you didn't get bait and switch. One last thing, you may have noticed that I have a ton of Vanguard engram saved up myself at Zavala. I do plan to do another 99 engram opening for Wicked Sister to try to get the perfect 5 out of 5 god roll. So if you care about opening videos, stay tuned for that. It'll probably be out very soon. But yeah, that's the vid. Hopefully this reminds some people to hand in their engrams before Tuesday and try to get a god roll. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing today. It does help the channel grow and is much appreciated. If you want to go the extra mile, you can leave a like or a comment below as well. If you don't know what to leave as a comment, you can leave Wicked Sister as the comment. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.